All right, so we've been talking about decomps and recomps for a while now, ever since the static recompilation of Majora's Mask went viral. And the recompilation of Sonic Unleashed, the PC port community has been speedrunning classic console games preservation to a ridiculous degree. Not only do I believe that in the next few years we're going to see like the entire N64 library, but eventually I can see this surpassing traditional emulation. I don't know, call me an optimist. Just like any other form of video game development, I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground. I'm just a spectator in all of this. But what I do know is that we're getting these ports so frequently now, it's no longer drip feeding. The floodgates are open, and I can't even keep up with it all. So today I wanted to show off a new app. It's called GitHub Launcher. What this does is it keeps up with all of these PC ports so you don't have to. Apparently this project has been around for a while. I just missed it, I guess. It used to be called N64 Recomp Launcher, and apparently the project just ballooned so much so that it didn't make sense being a launcher for just N64 ports anymore. Anyways, what this app aims to do is streamline the entire process for you, all while keeping everything neatly organized. If you're familiar with EmuDeck at all, you're gonna feel right at home here. So let me just give you a short tour, and trust me, if you've been out of the loop for a while, the amount of variety we have here, it's gonna blow your mind. So as soon as you open GitHub Launcher, you're greeted with this nice minimal home screen. If you go to Manage Apps, press on the app catalog here, you'll see we have a large amount of games that are playable already. We have Dusklight right here at the top, as well as a few other GameCube and Wii ports. We have the magnificent N64 catalog, including the entire Harbor Masters collection. I'm really excited to check out Paper Mario Recut. I can only imagine what you could do with this game using 4K textures. We have some PlayStation ports, including Crash Team Racing and Legend of Dragoon. And holy shit, check this out. We have the Minish Cap, Link's Awakening, Super Mario Bros. Remastered. We also have Zelda 3 on here. We have some Xbox 360 games too. Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD, Blue Dragon, Skate 3. We also have Panzer Dragoon. We have the Open Goal Project. It's the Jack and Dexter trilogy. Redriver 2, which I've only briefly checked out. And of course, we have Sonic Unleashed. I mean, this launcher really does have everything. We also have a lot of the popular emulators. And if you haven't yet, I strongly recommend you try out Rosalie's Moopin'. I've gotten a lot of the harder to run N64 titles running flawlessly on this. And all you have to do to play these games is go ahead and click on Add, go over to Manage Apps, and just hit Install. Now, you will need the ROMs for these, which I can't tell you how to get, but let's be honest. If you're watching this video, you already know how to obtain all these games. Now, the process won't be the same for all of these, but there's tons of tutorials everywhere. I'll leave a link in the description, but once you're on the GitHub page, you want to go down to releases, click on latest, and download the version for what system you're on. For example, if you're on Windows, you're going to want this one right here. And if you're on something like a Steam Deck, you're going to want this Linux x64. Once it's downloaded, all you have to do is extract the folder, double click on GitHub Launcher, and it will automatically start populating itself with all of the ports. And let me show you just how simple it is to start playing these games. Let's go ahead and add Star Fox 64, click on Manage Apps, and all you have to do is go ahead and install it. From here, all you have to do is boot the game up, grab your ROM for it, and just let it do its thing. I think this is an amazing little app that I could see a lot of people enjoying. And remember in the beginning, I said it can be difficult, it can be overwhelming keeping up with everything. That means decomps, recomps, emulation, ROM hacks, like everything in this scene. It can be difficult to keep up with. So let me go ahead and shout out a channel that I've been watching for a while now by the name of Video Game Esoterica. He's actually where I found out about GitHub Launcher, and you can see right here the video he posted, it's about 3 days ago, only has 14,000 views, which is disgustingly underrated. We need like a million views on videos like these. And my point is, something like this can easily get missed unless you have your ears on the ground and you're deeply active in this community. But if you go ahead and subscribe to this channel, you're going to go ahead and get updates on everything you will ever need to know about classic games preservation, which is way more than I could ever do. So please, if you're interested in retro gaming at all, even in the slightest, you need to be subscribed to Video Game Esoterica. No, he's not sponsoring me. I doubt he even knows of my channel's existence. I'm purely shouting him out for the love of the hobby. And I'm not some YouTuber that's just gonna keep all of his sources secret so everybody thinks I'm some highly educated authority or whatever. No, I'm just like every other dumbass navigating the internet, and I'm just sharing it with you guys. Hopefully, what I shared was interesting. Tell me what you think about GitHub Launcher down in the comments and your thoughts on decomps and recomps in general. We need to get more eyes on this type of stuff right here for the sake of games preservation. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.
Everybody stay alert! You got an enemy on your tail! Use the brake! I'll take this. Get the one behind me. Something's wrong with the G diffuser. Use the boost to take. I could use some help here, Fox. I guess I should be thankful.
Do you guys remember this funny little mechanic in the original Dark Souls, where you could just chop off the tail from a boss and get a weapon from it? Where has this gone? It's now been almost 15 years since FromSoft released Dark Souls, and I myself got the first experience it sometime in 2014, while its sequel was already on the horizon. Many absolutely adore this game for a myriad of reasons, even though it does have some rough edges being the first in the series. I know, Demon Souls, you exist, but we're not talking about you today. There are many quirks to be found in Dark Souls 1, and they can be a little obscure or even annoying at times, but one of the many weird mechanics that I actually really enjoyed was tail cutting. I will be referring to this mechanic with a couple of different terms like limb cutting or dismemberment system for reasons you will understand later on in the video. This mechanic was introduced to the series with the very first game, but it sadly didn't make it into some of the newer titles, and I've always wondered why that is. Why did FromSoft decide to drop this, in my opinion, great mechanic in some of the games that really could have used it to its full potential? If you are familiar with the FromSoft way of developing games, specifically sequels, you'll know that instead of making drastic changes to their previous previous ideas, they usually employ a much more gradual or iterative approach, slowly refining systems and gameplay over the course of multiple games and generations, as seen in their other major franchises like Armored Core, for example. The Dark Souls series would end up being no different, although they did start to experiment a lot more after the initial trilogy was finished, with games like Sekiro and ultimately Elden Ring. So I was hoping that this was going to happen with the limb cutting mechanic too, slowly refining it over the years and maybe making it a more integral part of boss fights. But that didn't end up happening. Instead, it was the exact opposite. They slowly but surely changed it and eventually get rid of it entirely. In my search for answers, I went through the games again and eventually scoured the web for any sort of clue that could hint at what the reasons may be. But before we get into that, I think it's time for a little history lesson. Limb cutting was exclusive to only a few enemies and bosses in Dark Souls 1, so there's a good chance that some people may have missed it completely. But I'm sure that those who did find it during their first playthrough were ecstatic to have discovered it. Especially because severing a tail usually meant that you would also get a secret weapon drop. Dark Souls 1 already has a system for creating weapons from the souls of major bosses, but the extra gear you can obtain from triggering a cut is usually pretty strong and also comes with some cool unique abilities, which makes the discovery feel much more special. This system rewards those who are curious to try out various things during a boss fight, which I really appreciate. Out of the 26 bosses found in this game, around 8 of them have cuttable tails, making this interaction feel meaningful when it does happen, since it's rare, but not so rare that you will completely miss it on a casual playthrough. As a matter of fact, I still have some evidence of the first tail cut I was able to achieve during my first playthrough of Dark Souls back in 2014. It comes in the form of a private Let's Play video that still exists on this channel. At one point in the fight, I just randomly received the pop-up for getting the weapon, which actually means that it wasn't me who got the cut. It was Solaire, so I actually had no idea what just happened.
Okay, das ging jetzt schnell. Autsch. Ich sollte vielleicht erstmal ein bisschen... ja. Also, oh, ich ziehe sehr viel ab. Fällt mir gerade auf. Also, der ist tot.
Du hast deine Glocken erwischt.
Gargoyle-Hellbade. Okay.
The Gaping Dragon, Priscilla, Seath, and Calamite. All of these bosses have the same interaction as the Bell Gargoyles here, but you don't actually know that until you try and specifically target the tail. These are missable, but one fight is specifically designed to push the player towards interacting with the system. During the Centipede Demon fight, you are most likely to hit its arm appendage as it slams into the ground next to you. The arena you fight in is mostly covered with lava, forcing you to play on small platforms that restrict your movement and push you towards hitting the destroyable part of the boss. Once you've dealt enough damage, the appendage just falls off, but actually turns into a small centipede with a mind of its own instead of dropping you an item, so it's a pretty funny bait and switch if you are already aware of the system. You can still get an actual reward if you cut the actual tail as well, but the ring you receive is also dropped by the boss after defeating it normally, so it doesn't really make a difference. Apart from receiving item drops for your efforts, a severed tail will also reduce the risk of being hit by attacks using the tail, so gaining a small advantage in a fight is another beneficial side effect. Besides bosses, there are also a few other entities with cuttable limbs, like the Bridge Wyvern or the passive Stone Dragon NPC in Ash Lake. But an even more interesting outlier in this category is the Hydra in the Darkroot Basin, which actually requires you to take off its heads in order to defeat it. This won't reward you with any sort of item, but it makes traversal in this area a lot more manageable, so I guess it gives you another tactical advantage for engaging with this mechanic. While all of this might not be an essential part of the Dark Souls experience, to me it was a very enjoyable aspect, and I had assumed that we would see similar elements or design choices be brought over into the sequels as well. So after I finished my playthrough of the original, I was waiting excitedly for Dark Souls 2, fully expecting to be able to grab some sweet gear by cutting tails and maybe even other things. But sadly, that wasn't really how it would end up going. Dark Souls 2, a wonderfully divisive game in this community. Many things changed, and some for the better, or some for worse, but that's not what this video is about. When it comes to limb cutting, I was surprised to find almost nothing. Well, there is something, but it turned out to be even more hidden than in the first game. I actually think that Dark Souls 2 does something way more interesting with the limb cutting system here. Instead of it just being kind of a one and done deal like in the original, some boss fights actually drastically change once you can trigger the dismemberment. In these instances, you can force out different boss behaviors, and in some cases, make the boss easier as a result. This isn't just the tail having a smaller hitbox type of easier, but rather the Rotten can lose its goddamn arm type of easier. If you didn't know, dealing enough damage to one of the Rotten's arms will make it just fall off. This drastically reduces the threat it poses as one of its main ways of attack is gone, but that is only until the arm grows back a little while later. However, by the time that happens, the player should have been able to capitalize on the new openings to deal some good damage. Doing this, sadly, doesn't give you any sort of item reward for it like it would have in the first game, but it definitely spices up the fight in a pretty memorable way. That is, if it ever actually happens to you. I might have seen this in a YouTube video, but during my around 300 hours of playtime in this game, I don't think this has ever happened to me. In order to trigger the dismemberment, you need to very deliberately hit the same arm over and over again while not dealing too much damage as to defeat the boss before you can get this interaction. And this seems to be a recurring theme all throughout this game. You won't be able to trigger any sort of limb cutting unless you have some very specific setups, so running into it by accident won't really happen that often, if at all. This really puts into perspective how much more cut down this mechanic seems to be in Dark Souls 2 compared to the first game. The one time this has happened to me personally on my first playthrough, however, was during the Duke's Dia Freya fight. If one of her two heads is smacked enough times, it will fall off and roll away, resulting in her losing the ability to attack on that side of her body, while also removing a weak point for you to damage. Again, this is a pretty interesting and memorable way to utilize this mechanic, and probably one of the only times players get to actually see it in action. So at this point, I was hoping for FromSoft to try and expand on this concept even further in the next game, and well, enter Bloodborne. There are two reasons why I want to talk about Bloodborne first before we get into Dark Souls 3. Number one, it came out first and was yet again directed by Miyazaki after Tanimura took over the troubled development of Dark Souls 2. And second, this game actually represents a big turning point for this specific mechanic, even though it technically isn't a part of the Dark Souls series. On the surface, it looks like Bloodborne doesn't contain this limb-cutting system whatsoever, but it might have snuck into it just as grotesquely deformed as the appearance of some of the in-game enemies. You can't actually directly cut off a tail, arm, leg, or whatever, but focusing your attack on one of those things can still have an effect on boss fights. There's a hidden limb damage meter which upon reaching a certain value will cause the boss to reel back in pain as it enters a short staggered state. This can already be observed in early game fights like the Cleric Beast or Vicar Amelia. Throwing just one Molotov cocktail at the Cleric Beast's head is enough to cause this stagger, which can then be done again to open the boss up for a visceral attack. But when fighting Vicar Amelia, the similarities to the limb-cutting system from the previous games start to show a little more clearly. If you focus on dealing damage to one leg, you can eventually get a limb stagger, blood erupting from that body part and stunning the boss briefly. You can then switch to the other leg to repeat the process, and this type of strategy can be used all throughout the game, so it's not just a one-off thing. This obviously isn't the same as taking off the Bell Gargoyle's tail in the first game, but I still believe that the idea for these body part-specific weak points and interactions might have stemmed from the previous two Souls games and their limb-cutting mechanic. It was simplified and turned into a more standardized staggering system, maybe because they didn't think it would fit in the game or they just didn't really care too much about it. But as I was thinking and theorizing about this topic, it got even more interesting when I got to Dark Souls 3 and soon realized that pretty much every trace of this dismemberment concept had vanished. Dark Souls 3 was developed alongside Bloodborne, so maybe it's not a surprise after all, but it still makes you wonder why it was cut pretty much completely. The only real instance of something sort of resembling this mechanic that I found in the game was in everyone's favorite area, Farron Keep. After ascending one of the pillars in the middle of the swamp, going past the Watchdogs of Farron Covenant up an elevator, you will find a lonely stray demon on this broken bridge. Deal enough damage to its legs and it will fall over and start to crawl on the ground. I don't know why they added that for this specific enemy, but it will usually happen towards the very end of the fight and only if your damage output isn't too high, so that you will kill it before this can happen. There is actually one more instance of something similar happening in an actual boss fight, and Interestingly enough, it is on another demon-type boss. You can find the old Demon King in the Smoldering Lake area, and he too can lose the ability to use his legs. But yet again, it is scripted to happen at a certain point in the fight, so it's not necessarily triggered by the player directly. These are nothing more than small Easter eggs you can find when fighting these two enemies that don't reward you with anything or even have any sort of impact on the fight itself. Now, I'm no Dark Souls lore expert, but I believe that this was simply added as some flavor to show the further decline of the demon race at this point in the Dark Souls timeline. But do feel free to correct me or educate me about this in the comments, because I'm no scholar. When From Software worked on this game, somewhere along the way a decision has been made to completely remove, or rather further simplify, the limb damage system. Bosses now have a global stagger meter, which isn't really impacted by any of the player's decisions during their fights. Outside of some gimmicks here and there, like the one on the Cursed Relic Greatwood or Wolnir, it's just plain old, smack it enough times, it will eventually go down type of action. And it really saddens me to say this, but as you could probably already tell by how the narrative of this video is going, this is exactly how it was translated over into Elden Ring. I'm not saying that we should have gotten Dead Space level of dismemberment as the series went on, but I really do believe that they could have elevated the combat in certain fights if they had decided to flesh out these systems instead of the regression that we ended up getting. Imagine how impactful it might have been seeing the Great Radahn having to crawl on the ground after his horse finally gives out. Kinda like how Sif started to limp at the end of his fight in Dark Souls 1. What about being able to destroy Godric's dragon arm during the second phase of the fight, disabling his massive fire-breathing attacks while also dropping the head as a new weapon for you? Or maybe you could destroy Astel's skull mask thing and he changes behavior after that, with the weak point shifting to somewhere else. While I do think that there is huge potential in some of Elden Ring's fights, not every boss needs to have a severable or breakable limb, of course. Including something like this in every fight would make it feel a lot less special, maybe even tedious with how predictable it might become. So keeping a good balance would be crucial to make this mechanic work in a massive game like Elden Ring. It would require a tremendous amount of work to get right, so maybe it is better to focus on other things after all. This finally brings me back to my original question of why? Why did they decide to get rid of this mechanic? And in probably the most anticlimactic conclusions to one of my videos to date, the answer was in the title all along. I believe that limb cutting has simply been forgotten. I can only do so much by examining how this mechanic has changed over the years, so I wanted to maybe find some answers somewhere in the World Wide Web. Maybe some interviewer for an online magazine had a similar question, or it just came up during another conversation. Details on this topic are scarce, but from what I was able to gather, the initial feedback simply wasn't great. Some enjoyed it, while others found it tedious having to focus your entire strategy around one part, which prompted the development team to reassess the importance of continuing to work on this feature. They clearly tried to do something with this mechanic in Dark Souls 2, but the trouble development didn't really help, as they had much bigger problems to address before release. The much more subtle inclusion in this game meant that as the series grew more popular, less and less people were talking about being able to cut a boss's tail. It simply wasn't important anymore, and eventually the decision was made to just get rid of it entirely. Personally, I really think that this is a shame. But while I might see more value in the system than others, I also have to acknowledge that it would have needed to be improved substantially, and whether it would have been worth it or not is a question that FromSoft seems to have decided on about a decade ago. But while that's true for the games that they have released since then, maybe we will get to see this feature make a grand return in one of their future projects. I want to see them make some more unique and weird games, one of which could have limb cutting built into it as a central design pillar of the combat to mitigate some of the criticism that people have had towards this mechanic. And I'm sure that some of you watching might have noticed that I've kinda skipped over Sekiro, another game in From Software's catalog, which often gets grouped together with the ones I've mentioned so far. And I don't blame you, because Sekiro has some moments in it which would be worth mentioning. But in all honesty, I could never really view this game as a part of the Soulsborne ring classification, and the reasons for that actually deserve a video on its own, which I've been working on for quite a while now. Generally, I don't think that Sekiro should be associated with the Souls games as much as Bloodborne is, for example, so I ended up excluding it from this video, but I don't want to get into that discussion here, so I will just leave it at that. Now, before I end this video and ask you to like and subscribe pretty please, I want to share with you an excerpt from an article I found while I was working on this video. For the release of Elden Ring, a short article by Ed Thorne was posted to the Rock Paper Shotgun website, celebrating the over 10 years of the Souls franchise's existence while also lamenting much of what I talked about in this video. The article reads, I'm okay with tail weapons forcing me to fight a Dark Souls boss in a more difficult or more frustrating way. I know that I'm not everyone, but I see it as an extra in-game challenge to bag myself the ultimate prize. And in a way, it adds replayability too. If I know there's a particular boss with a choppable tail, the second time around, I can head into that fight with a totally different strategy, i.e. whip out a sword, roll lots, and whisper, "Here, Taily Waily," like I'm luring a cat out for head pats. Thanks, Ed, for this great read, and thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next one.
Привет, смотрящие! Dark Souls 2, PvP, как это было и как есть.
What's going on, everybody? Mortem here, this time bringing you some of the upcoming indie games I am particularly excited for and have been keeping an eye on, and I decided to make this video today for no particular reason, absolutely nothing going on in the industry worth discussing, so why not shine a light on some smaller projects. Now, probably worth a mention before we dive fully into this, as usual, these particular games I'm about to cover are in various states of approach. Some of them are a little farther off, some of them are probably a little closer than you may think, and I'll try to go over exactly when to expect some of these as we go, though some of them that is a little unknown at the moment, I fully admit. However, with that said, let's go ahead and dive fully into these, starting with an upcoming one I'm actually very excited about, which is Entropy. Entropy is being developed by Lovely Hell Place, which is an interesting name for a studio, yes, but more importantly, this is the dev behind Dread Delusion, a game that I liked a lot, and that is initially what drew me to Entropy after people were letting me know about it, as it initially flew under my radar entirely. However, it has a demo available that was made available during Steam Next Fest, but is still up if you want to check it out for yourself, and you may want to because Entropy is, I would say, a throwback to older JRPGs with a few interesting mechanics and obviously a very specific graphical touch, and I was pretty impressed with the demo, more so than I thought I would be. And if you happen to try it out and enjoy what you see, this game is actually hitting early access on August 18th. A little over a month left to go to play more of this one, but with it being an early access release, it may well be a little while before we see the full thing. Either way though, I enjoy previous stuff from this studio, this game looks cool, so it's a pretty easy win for me. Next up, I want to get a little bit of a strange one out of the way, because I fully admit it's not my usual type of game, but it is another one that I enjoyed the demo of, and this is There Are No Ghosts at the Grand, which is a game that is blending a lot of genres together, to be honest with you. There's like a musical aspect to it, which is the part that's really not my thing. There's like a building aspect where you're going to be fixing up this hotel, the Grand, but there's also an investigation element to it where, as the name would imply, there are actually ghosts at the Grand. There's a whole lot of very strange stuff happening around town, actually. And again, I probably wouldn't recommend this one if I had not played the demo for it, just purely based on how it sounds. But having played the demo, I enjoyed what I saw, and I'm excited to see what the full product winds up looking at. And this one is actually supposed to be due out in Q4 of this year, and we'll see if we get a more solid release date, probably around Gamescom, I would imagine. Third up, a relatively recent announcement with Vampire the Masquerade Eternal Whispers from the team that actually made a board game called Vampire the Masquerade Chapters, I believe, which is of note here because Eternal Whispers is going to be in much the same setting, that being Montreal. And while I'm excited for pretty much any CRPG, a Vampire the Masquerade CRPG is definitely of note. This one in particular is narrative in focus, which means something like Disco Elysium, though given the IP, that's not a big surprise. Vampire the Masquerade is really much more about the storytelling than like a lot of the mechanical aspects that you might be used to in other TTRPGs. As an example, however, I still think this looks great. Honestly, just getting the chance to play as a Sabbat character, which is unique to this game, is going to be interesting, as that is not usually something you get to play as in much of the video games. And I think if they can manage to tell an interesting story here, there is a lot of potential for a cool experience. Unfortunately, no real word on when we're going to see this release. It seems like it might be still early days, so I don't think the end of 2027 would be an unreasonable assumption at this point. Still a few left to go, however, because then I want to talk about Ardenfall. Ardenfall is another game I have managed to take a look at via a demo that is also available. This is another early access title, however, that is supposed to be launching into early access sometime in 2026, but the thing you would probably want to know most is that this game clearly takes a healthy dose of inspiration from stuff like, say, Morrowind as an example. However, it's doing some fun stuff on its own. Namely, it's the type of game where you're going to be able to kill basically everybody and the world will react. There's going to be all sorts of situations that will have multiple outcomes based on your choices. You can do things like create your character, focus on crafting, the usual sort of gameplay loop that something inspired by Morrowind or that genre of games more generally would imply. And I'm really curious to see if Spellcast Studios, the people behind it, can manage to land this one. They are expecting to be in early access for about 1 to 2 years once this game drops. but I fully plan to keep taking a look at it in the meantime. But as we get close to the end here, I wanted to follow that up with another game that is releasing relatively soon, and this is Forsaken Realms Vahren's Call. In a not entirely dissimilar fashion, this time around we have a third-person action RPG, which is going to see us traveling around the world and city of Vahren, where we will be tackling all sorts of things from your typical assortment of mercenaries, bandits, strange and dangerous beasts, etc. In the case of this game, however, you won't really have to wait too much longer to hear much about it, and that is because it is actually releasing on July 27th, about 20 days from the time this particular video launches. So of all of these, this is one you could theoretically have your hands on the soonest, and I suppose we will all see how it pans out together. With this being, I would say, a relatively ambitious title from a smaller studio, I would expect bugs, to be very frank with you. But there's potential there, and I admit I am very interested in seeing it. But that does bring us to our final entry that I wanted to talk about today, which is none other than Underrail Infusion, another CRPG, and in particular, a sequel, more or less, to Underrail. Underrail, as a heads up, was a very particular type of RPG. Even in the CRPG space. It is a bit difficult. I will say it's sort of conversation online will imply it's a little more difficult than it actually is. It is not as unapproachable as some people can make it out to be, but it is challenging to be sure. It is also very good if you are willing to get past a bit of that challenge. And Underrail Infusion is aiming to take that original game and of course make it better as much as they possibly can. Now this is being developed by Stygian Software, which is a very small development team, so this is another situation where I fully don't expect to hear a lot of news for a significant period of time, but they are producing regular updates, showing off improvements, etc. from the original, and so while I fully expect this to be more of a long haul situation, they supported Underrail a great deal, and there's a lot of potential here for another great CRPG, and as a channel who loves to cover CRPGs, you better believe that has me excited. But that is pretty much the games I wanted to talk about today. I certainly hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know how you feel about all these down in the comment section below, which naturally means to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. But regardless of any of that, truly, just thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. May you wander in wisdom and have an amazing day.
We will be playing Underrail. We will. Underrail Infusion. Hell, I've been tapped in on that actually. That's so cool. The Underrail is such an amazing game. Underrail is such an amazing game. I love that game. So I'm ready for the sequel. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. So So where we were, so let's let's go repair all our stuff because a lot of our stuff is messed up. It's broken. It's just straight up broken. So we gotta go back to the blacksmith guy. And repair our stuff. Because I think most of our stuff is like close to being broken. Yeah, like a lot of the stuff is kind of like close to being broken. What you got, buddy? Sound of the hammer helps me forget. A broken katana. Yeah, repair the broken katana, buddy. Just repair everything. It doesn't matter. We're gonna speed it up. How can you improve a ring? Oh. Okay. We'll just wear this. Actually, you know what? What we're really about to do is we're just gonna wait. We're gonna hashtag speed the fuck up this game. Turbo mode. Alright, let's go back to watching a YouTube video. That's what we're really about to do. Where is it cheating? Maybe. Let's see. Let's watch Donkey.
Does that make you mad, Sony? It's called physical media, son.
Physical
That means
media.
I got this game for life. Come from my collection. I would love to, like Xbox is trying to. PS3, remember that? Remember that, Sony, when you did good games? Scarface, kid. The world is yours. The physical media is yours to own as long as you have it, son.
This is how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
That sure bit them back in the ass.
Burger King is still doing physical media, but not Sony. Burger King makes more games than Sony now. $2, kid. Includes Xbox 360 and original Xbox versions. Oh my god, that pisses Sony off to see that. That makes them angry. They want you to buy both versions separately. That's what I love about Burger King. They want us to have it our way, the physical way. If I had it my
Well, he's
way,
been up
Sony
to.
would
He's still
sneak
making
up
the
on
same
fucking
videos.
company like Sneak King and put you out of fucking business like the Concord making sons of fuckers that you are. On a scale of 1 to 10, 12 being the highest, how mad are you right now, son? 50? Me. I bet they wanted to call this game Need No Physical Media Ever Again, allowed for gamers, so you can never own games again. Wrath of the Bad Company. Does that piss you off, Sony, that I can step into an animated role-playing masterpiece?
I saw this game at I saw this game at a bookstore. They had a copy of this game at a bookstore. You know Kuno? They said it was really good.
Piece that makes them
That's all I gotta say.
So mad. That makes him so mad. Holder getting pissed when I'm holding this right now.
It was like
games
$40.
disc, son.
It's probably way
Oh
more
my
now.
goodness. Instruction manual. Instruction manual. Does that make you mad, Sony? Does that make you mad to see that? Reversible cover, exclusive red case, greatest hits version. Does that make you mad? 2 epic adventures, Sony? Sony doesn't want us to go on any epic adventures today because they suck.
I'm always in bookstores and libraries. Am I a nerd?
This is a
My
mark
wife
so
is.
hard to see
She
this
loves
game.
books.
Beyonce, Two Souls. That's one of your
And then
best games on the PS3.
I'm there with her.
Beyonce, 2 Souls, 1 Ring to rule them all. Does that make you mad, Sony? Sonic's Adventure. You can save the world or ruin it by getting rid of physical media. Guess which one we know you picked, son? Does that make you mad to see that, Sony? Ah, the glory days. Back when you guys did good games instead of Concord. If this came out today, they would have to call it Uncharted Zero. Sony's Deception. You don't get the game.
Sony's Deception.
The English translation here would be, what's the matter, son bitches? Are you mad? Oh, this one. They didn't even want to print this back in the day. They were saying
They did
could
not
have this game. You had to go to like the underworld to get this game. It's already Sony was trying to not print games back in the day.
The Yakuza 5 doesn't have a physical release.
Does that make you so mad? Look how
You have to
blue
buy
it
it
is.
digitally.
That's beautiful. Sony's legacy of printing games began here. But now it's over. The legacy ends. We live in a world where 1-2 Switch got a physical release, but not Grand Theft Auto 6, man. Are you serious out here, Sony? Wizard Battle, kid. Milk a cow, Sony. If Sony made this, it would say milk your customers by not giving them a physical copy anymore. Oh, you know that makes them mad to see that. You know that they're getting pissed right now watching this. Oh, baby, look at that. PlayStation Move compatible, son. 3D compatible, son. Last of Us. Oh, wait. You didn't print the
Wait,
PS5
Last of
version.
Us.
Guess that was the last of them, you bitches. Sony, remember these times, man, when your games got 9.4 from IGN? Now you get a 6 out of 10 with Concord, kid. Here's a word of advice for you, Sony. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Ever heard of this game, kid? Rated E through E. A fantastic family-friendly experience. What do you know about families, Sony? You know nothing. Sony hates families. Does that make you so mad, Sony? I bought this game on your competitor's machine, the Xbox 360. And you know that Sony hates it because it's family-friendly and Sony hates families. The difference is night and day between Sony and a good company. How mad does that make you, Sony? Platinum family hits. How mad does that make you? Rated E for violence. Oh, does that make you mad, Sony? Does that make you so mad to see that? Back in the day, Nintendo gave you a whole case in a free game with Star Fox Zero. No need to download anything. You already have the full game right here. That makes them so mad. Sony does not want you to know this exists.
Sony does not want you to know this exists.
This is where Sony should be today. This is the dark side. This is where they are now, for real. Does this
The
make
dark
you mad,
side.
Sony, look at how cool this is. You put the case and it's like, chunk. There's that little baby. Does that make you mad, Sony, that he's
You don't get why they would stop making discs. It's all so that they can squeeze more money.
reborn? I bet that makes him so mad.
GTA 6 sold a bazillion copies, and they were like, okay, green light.
I bet if this game came out today, it would be deleted from stores within a week. But because I bought it physical, I got this forever. I'm keeping this game for life. This is the worst Tony Hawk.
They released I saw the Limited and Run Games is releasing a physical copy of Silent Hill: The Short Message.
Like a million.
It has like a bunch of stuff in it. I guess I have to tap in on that. That's a PS5 exclusive.
Hey Sony, why don't you knack it off and start doing physical media? Oh, that makes them mad. That makes them mad to see that. The fan opinion, that's what I call it when 500 of my movies are deleted from the PlayStation Network. Does it make you so mad to see that I own Crackdown 3 physical? Too bad Sony had to crack down on physical media. So
like if the short message ever gets delisted, like PT, there'll still be copies. Yeah, that's true.
Does that make you mad, Sony, to see that? You don't even want people to know this game exists, kid. I'm playing this game every day still because I got it on physical media. Kid, are you mad about that? Piss Sony? You are now. Sony is so fucking greedy now, man. Look at this shit. This is
I have a copy of Persona 4 on the PS4.
$20 version of GTA 5 back in the day. Look at this.
I have a PS3 copy of GTA 5.
You get the 5. You get online. You get $1 million. $1 million. They gave you $1 million for buying the game.
I don't have. I have the PS4 version for free. I got it for free,
Now look at this.
but it was digital. Oh no, Sony won.
Look at this big ass. Look at this. No. Check this. Look at that. That's the $20 version of the game. You get this a huge map of Los Santos. GTA 6 doesn't even give you the disc for the $100 version. Man. Greedy ass fucking Sony. Meet next, Sony, you fucking phonies. Look at the shininess on this one, man. Oh, man, they don't want you to know about that. The games used to be shiny back in the day. That used to come with nice
Games used to be shiny.
Does that make you so fucking mad?
I have a copy of Ape Escape.
PlayStation, I still got this game.
I have a copy of this game.
This way from me.
Animal Well.
You know that makes them mad to see that.
That's his game. He produced this game. Animal Well. I played that like a year ago. This is Donkey's quote unquote. This is Donkey's game. He paid money to make this game.
Oh, ever heard of that?
He paid the developer.
Company kid. Check this out, Sony. You could learn a thing or two from this. The only PS5 game that comes with an instruction manual, son. Ooh, that makes them so mad to see Zumbini's Mountain Rescue, Sony. Embark on more than one exciting adventure. Does that piss you off, son? By going digital, Sony is making untold riches. But every treasure has its price, bitches. Sony, you better be careful, kid, because when gamers rise up, we are more powerful than any force in the world. We're stronger than God of War, more powerful than Superman, more durable than Detroit. I need to go
More durable than Detroit.
Because
I literally just picked up this game from my parents' house just like 2 weeks ago.
I'm so mad at this world. I know you hate us old
I will be playing some Wii games on the original hardware real soon.
school gamers that built your company to what it is today. And I know you just want us to go away and shut up. Sometimes I wish we could go back.
I have that game. I have that game.
Go back in time. Go back in time.
We're at the part of the video where they tell you the past was better. Go kill yourself so you could go back to the past. The world you lived in does not exist anymore. Alright, yeah. Oh, look, nostalgia. Oh, remember how great things used to be? Who cares? Man. You see... No, I died. What the hell? What the hell? Oops. Ah! Oops. 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 I died. How the hell did I die? How the hell did I die? I only look to the future. Well, shit, I guess we gotta do that all over again. You're stuck. The world is transient and sad. Philosophers were right. You were stuck in the past. That's how I died. I died by being stuck in the past. Shit. We only watched that video because I had to wait real life time. Okay, well, we'll just. I don't know. I guess we can do something else while we wait. Shit. What should we do in the meanwhile? How did I even possibly die? Did I walk? You know what it is? I probably walked into the fire, and that's how I died. Hey, hey, what's up, Crypt? Oh no, let me pull out. The emulator has this weird thing where like my controller doesn't register. I think it has something to do with like the vibration. Like something about like the vibration doesn't work properly. Am I using DualSense? I'm using a plugged-in PlayStation 4 controller. And like every time I get hit, my controller like acts up. And I think it has something to do with the vibration. I have to like replug it back in and out. Thanks for the shout, yes. Of course, of course. I don't know. Making some coffee because I just crawled out of bed. I love coffee. Where do I have the yellow one sit? Okay, that's the second floor. Where do I have the green one sit? Okay, I haven't said this place. I hate those bowmen with the... They poison you and then they freeze you. Alright, well this is clearly where we're gonna go next, but I have to explore the last area again. What the heck is this crypt from DS3? I know, right? It looks kind of like the crypt from DS3. Hydrate. Yes, I'll hydrate. Alright. Hopefully this has been hashtag 10 minutes, 5 minutes. He probably still has some more. Slayer Wave Crasher. Alright, should I take the two-hand katana or should I use the sword with the shield? These are the questions. Do I use the katana? The two-hand katana? Let's use the katana. Damn, one shot at him. Oh, wait, no. I don't need to do that. I can just go back. Okay. Alright. The yellow one? That's not the yellow one. The green one. Alright. Finally. Psh. After we repaired all our stuff and we waited the 5 minutes, we're back in the dungeon. Oh my god. What a cheap hit. What a cheap hit, bro. Wow, you're so good. Hit me as soon as I open the door. As soon as I open the door, you hit me. Wow, what a good hit. You're so good, buddy. You're so good. Alright, let's go back and explore the last area. Because I feel like there's a lot to this level we did not explore. There's the sword master. He gave us the sword. Well, he died and gave us the sword. So, let's explore the rest of the level. Ooh, staircase. You good man, do you know that? Thanks, Bunny. Thank you, Bunny, on YouTube, for those kind words. Alright, let me heal. Alright. This is the Crypt Master. This guy's literally from Dark Souls 2. Because what do you mean he looks literally like one of the Crypt Masters? The Queen! Was that her death I heard? The Queen was that her death cry I heard. The Queen was a powerful being. I'm relieved, for I no longer have to obey her commands. Even with the Queen's death, I remain unchanged. I simply wait for the awakening of the Dark One. This is the palace of the Queen. It is not a place for the living. Live now. Ellipses. Okay. Well, thanks for all that. Won't open, okay. New key. What is it? Gauntlets, I think, right? Venom gauntlets. Gloves that don't provide much protection but have the power of poison, so I guess what, my weapon has poison. My weapon will poison now. Well, if I can't open that one door, I probably have to like go through this way, right? Let's try this way. Oh my god. Mummy. Yeah, here, mummy. Am I using a widescreen patch? I think so, yes. Yes, I am. I'm running this, like, oh my god, another mummy. Ah! Get the mummy. I'm playing this on, like, 8K resolution. With a widescreen patch. Oh my god, another mummy. Yo, the katana is actually super fast. It's like as fast as the sword, as my fist weapons. Like with my fist. Oh no, they gave me the curse. They gave me the Pharaoh's curse. They gave me the Pharaoh's curse. Oh, it's making me lose my mana. Not my mana. My mana. What about this way? There's like 2 entrances. Look at these guys. And with the 1-2. Now they hit. No, my mana again. These bastards. My mana. I just used what's it called? A forest root. Come on, bruh. What is this? New sword just dropped. New sword just dropped. What was it? Was it the battle sword? No, it was the war sword. It has the exact same description. The difference is like the stats, and then one is like 700, or not 700, 7 units. It's 7 units different. Yeesh. Whatever. I'm not. The only 2-hand sword I'm using right now is gonna be the katana. The katana pretty busted. Ooh. Any trap walls? Oh my god, there really was a trap wall. I was just being facetious. Scorpions. Scary. You know, you just gotta like randomly press X in this game. Shield. I can't even use shields with the katana. Blessed shields. Shield made from enchanted metals contain. Ah, well, you know. Oh, it's almost as good as the. Well, the mammoth shield has insane hit defense, which I think like hit is like the blunt of this game, right? The strike damage. Oh, my weapon leveled up. Hell yeah. Yep. Alright, my weapon's level 2 now, right? So, I mean, the two-hand katana should probably do a lot of damage, right? Get him. Get him. 10 gold. Nice. Bones. They've got a bone to pick with me. Alright. Gold, gold. Armor. Leather. Wait, why does the game give me like basic ass leather armor at this point in the game? What? The game's trolling me. The game is literally trolling me by giving me like starting armor at this point of the game. What a joke. Why are scary? What are scorpions carrying gold? What? I know, right? Where do the skeletons carry their coin? Where are the skeletons carrying their coin? Hey. Where are the ghosts carrying their money? The pelvises. Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, let me guess. More mummies are about to come out. Oh, wow. Real original game. You already used that trick before. Where's the mummy carrying his mummy? Where does a mummy carry its money? Yeah, the katana is so fast. You just spam it. Like, it recharges so fast. Like, I can just keep the enemy stun locked. With how fast I'm swinging. The Darth Maul. Like, look, wow. It's just so fast. It's so fast. Arrow traps. Ow. Woo! Got through it. I'm so good. Chest. Give me the chest. New armor just dropped. What's in here? Nothing. Why they get me a chest with nothing in it? What'd that mean? Oh, look, this is the loop around. Here we are at the start. Okay. Empty. Oh my god. The enchanted armor. Or the blessed armor. You know what? Let's do like the full chest. Let's do a full blessed armor. Look at me. I got full blessed. Hashtag blessed. I'm hashtag blessed. Look at my dude. He's like all dressed up in blessed gear. I could also use the blessed shield. But I like using the katana too much. I'm drippy now, right? Finally, I was itching to make more weird, lame jokes about niche FromSoft games. Go ahead. Drop your lame niche FromSoft jokes. Oh my god. And with the katana. Yeah, I just stun lock him with the katana. It's actually so busted. The katana is so fast. Like 500. It just swings so fast. What is this? Is that a... what did they give me? Was that a sword? A queen staff. This staff carried by the queen increases magic power. Oh, okay. So I guess if I want to use... It's like the staff in Lunacid. Which obviously copied this. But there's like a staff in Lunacid that makes your magic just way better. I guess that's what this copied. Alright, you got any new dialogue, buddy? Still dropping the ellipses like it's nothing. Alright, well. I feel like we explored all of this place. Let's go to the other area. I forget what the save file called it. What did this place call it? Eggfield. Eggfield. Why is it called the Eggfield? Alright, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to the blue place. Just so that I can get free mana. Free mana refill. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why it's called the egg place. What are they doing there? Okay, I should write this down because I keep forgetting which wand is which. I literally keep messing it up. Hey, you got any more stuff I need to retrieve? No, okay, I grabbed everything from you. It's the yellow one? No, okay. It's the green one. Okay, finally. We're back. Are you not gonna get me, right? Oh, you still got me, you jerk. That's evil game design right there. Where they have like a guy that just hits you Where should I go? Should I go this way? Oh, there's a door there. Fake wall, fake wall, fake wall. Fake wall, fake wall, fake wall. No fake walls. The jerk. You want to go this way? Oh. Oh my god. Okay. My niece says hello. She also says this game looks lame. It would be cooler if it had giant robots inside. A lot of games would be cooler if they had giant robots. That is true. Okay, cave system. Scorpions. Ah! Where are they keeping this money? Trap walls, trap walls, trap walls. This place is confusing. Trap wall. No. I guess I could just walk on it, right? Ow. I think I took damage from that. I did take damage from that. Wait, is this just the start? Oh my god, the snakes. Ah! Snakes. Ah! There's something in here. Hello. You got any cool loot? Nope. No. What is this? Strange egg. Okay. Egg collected by the wildas. The wildebeests. Nothing in here. Okay. Where the hell am I egg. What are these? Okay. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to jump. New crystal. An earth crystal, okay. What magic do I get? I like Flash though. A Volcanon. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Alright, this is where I got that egg. Okay. What about over here? Oh, this is the oh, look. One of those fruit things. Alright, so I guess this is a dead end. We're not gonna go this way. I guess we gotta go back. Time to go really fast. Real fast. Okay. Okay. Or the snake guys. Oh, I got lucky on that one. Is there anything in here? Oh my god, snake. Ah! That actually jump scared me. Stupid snake guys. They poisoned me. Wow. Is there anything in here? Oh, yo, there is something in there. Okay. Okay, purity. New sword. Venom Blade. A one-handed broadsword with poison magic that is well suited for slicing. Ooh. That's cool. We might use that. Kind of one-shot everything though with the katana. Maybe I'll save it for like a boss or something. What's up here? Is there anything in here? What's in here? What is that? Oh, I think that's on one of those eggs. Alright, let me use my... I have so many weapons. You got it. Hell yeah. How do I get over there? Oh my god, the katana. The katana almost breaks. This is literally a Dark Souls moment. Where the katana almost breaks so fast. Alright, let's do the full blessed set drip. Oh, there it is. The katana breaks real fast. Wow. How original. Let's go this way. What's in here? Trapdoor? Trap floor? Nope. Oh, crystal. Is my sword better or worse than like the other one-hand swords I have though? I don't know. We'll see. We'll try it out for a little. New magic just unlocked. It's not passive magic. Tornado. I just create a fucking tornado. Okay. Sure. Just make a tornado, why not? Oh no, it's about to hit me. Ow. Oh well, it wasn't that bad. Alright, let's not go back and make a save. Alright. No, I guess take this one, right? Time go really fast. Woo! No, one of those guys. I just one shot him anyway. Won't open. Oh my god. When you bring egg, put it here. No tell with a secret. Okay. Thank you. Open already. You go now. Okay. Sure. What about the area behind me, though? Let's go up here. It's a good thing I explored first, I guess. Ah! Nice. What a troll by FromSoft. I guess I should have had the thing go off first. Well, at least it doesn't really hurt when I get hit by a giant minecart. I guess it could have been worse. Alright. Oh, whoops. Alright, time to go in here. Is it level 3 now? No. I guess they're not affected by the poison. That would make sense, I guess. Won't open. Here? No. Why is the music kind of fire? If it's like crazy keyboard. Doo 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 doo. Trap wall, trap wall. Y'all got any of them trap walls? Oh, trap wall. New necklace just dropped. What you gotta say, buddy? I collect a lot of things. I trade you interesting things. Oh, yeah. Fool's fruit. Okay. Magic. Okay. I need more scales. Where did I get more scales from? These arrows are magic. Only I have it. Sure, buddy. Raises physical energy by 1. Okay. My magical is 106. $107. $108. Okay. $109. $110. Okay. Well. Everything I have is valuable. You won't lose. I guess I need some more claws and scales. Okay. Oh, did I get a new necklace or something? Aids one's exploration. What does that mean? Oh. Helps me see fake walls? Yo. Wait. Okay. Shit, why not? At least I won't have to smash my head against the wall every time looking for stuff. Yeah. It's funny that the necklace that helps you find invisible trap walls is behind a trap wall. Because why not? That's brilliant. It's inconceivable. What is this? Oh, another sword. Broadsword. One-handed sword. Not much different. What the f- Get him. You got a bone to pick with me. Let's try a different sword. Oh, we should use the Holy Crest. Right. Yes. They got my own to pick with me. Nice. Okay. What is this? I really like the music. I like how the keyboard just like goes crazy. What is this? Oh, this is the oh, this is like a shortcut back to the central tower. Okay. Okay. Cool. Right, there should be the shortcut right here. That's cool. Alright, why not? Let's make a save and get some free stuff. Where is it? All the way over here. Okay. Shortcuts. We love them. We love shortcuts. Free my mana. Free mana. You got any new dialogue, lady? How did you get that? That sword once belonged to the king of the forest. The only thing that can harness the light in the forest is that sword. It is proof of a kingly being. It has lost much of its rightful shine. The forest must be damaged to a point where it can't produce enough light for the sword to reflect it. Oh, okay. If you can restore light to the sword, it will aid you in your quest. May light shine upon you and the sword. Okay. You actually did have new dialogue. So what, what sword was it? A sword that San Diego had. No, Santiago. Lawful blade. It appears to lack special powers. Oh, I wonder what that means. Green one. How does this have no load screens? Oh my god. I actually picked the wrong foot. Well. Okay. It's the green one. I thought I used the green one. Wait. Okay, I guess it's the blue, the yellow one I used. I mean, they kind of looks green. Just saying. Kind of looks green. Is it this place? Oh, I should have went to the dwarf guy so he could repair my katana. kind of want to do that. Alright, let's go do it. Let's go do it. Let's go run real quick. Alright. Alright, now let's go back. We got the full blessed set drip. Hell yeah. Alright, so is this way, right? Great Graveyard, okay. Going to the Great Graveyard. Graveyard. This graveyard is great. This graveyard is amazing. How do I take damage? Come on. Oh god, he actually hit me. Ooh, bone. Alright. Yeah. Anything in the gravestones? Okay. Oh wait, another one? Wait, did you just spawn out of nowhere? Alright, well. What is that sound? Sealed. Oh, okay. Sealed. Do 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 do. What is this? Demon legs. A cursed item that provides high defense in exchange for mobility. No thanks, bro. I got the full blessed set. I'm cool. Huh? What? Huh? Okay. I guess it opened up a gate. Did it open up that gate? It opened up something. It sounds like it opened up something below me. Hmm. Okay. That looks like a spot. Alright, 1 second. Okay. Hmm. I'm confused. Hmm. Water. What is this? Alright, why is there's just a skeleton chilling in there? There's actually a couple of skeletons just chilling in the water. Okay. Oh shit, was this one way? Okay, well. Good thing I made a save. Hmm. You smart. I know, I'm smart. That's why you brave. You you save. This is right. You always make saves. Make saves, make save states. It's a bone. The music stopped. No music in here. Okay. No music. Oh, let me put on the bracelet that gives me super good breathing. Alright, this looks like something I can read. What does it say? To hold the will of the darkness, we build an altar and offer the idol. Okay. What is this? This looks straight out of the PS1 game. Dude is literally just a two texture blob. We live in darkness. We go in the darkness. I'm imagining Super Mario 64 metal cap theme right now. Yeah, use your imagination. Okay, a crystal. How do I get to it though? Bruh, these things are so goofy. They actually do a lot of damage. Hold on. Hashtag hold on. Hold on. Look at these guys. The water's got hands, I know, right? Yeah, they got money too. Why is this screen flashing red? Oh, I'm losing mana. Whatever. I'll just teleport back. They got Aquians in this game? They do. In the beginning, there was chaos. We saw the darkness within and gladly embraced it. We worshipped and existed within the darkness. Darkness was our peace. After much time passed, that darkness left our hands and willed itself to consume all. We closed the altar and returned to the beginning. Unbalanced power can only bring forth destruction. Do not go near the sealed darkness. Make our demise your lesson. What that mean? Hashtag what that mean? Reckless strength. Oh. Alters energy flow. The body becomes stronger and mind becomes weaker. Short duration. Okay. That's cool. They got power within in this game. Keep healing. Alright, what about other stuff? So what, they like flooded the city? Was this new Londo or something? Wow. Man, this game got new Londo. They don't got original bone in their body at FromSoft. What is this? Was that a key? Oh, it was a key. Ancient key. Darkness. Cold. Peaceful. Shadow veil over all life. Oh wow, they flooded the city. To hold the darkness. It's Fortnite. No, this is New Londo. They flooded New Londo in Kingsfield. Well, that's cool. We revere the great darkness which hesitate in the flow of time. Wow. Oh, was this another thing? We sealed the altar of darkness that overpowered. Do not approach. Okay, well, I did approach, and I got it. No, now I can go berserker mode. I'm gonna go berserker mode. Let's make another save. Oh, you know what? We could go back to that one other place that we looked at. I guess I should just use a bow or something or magic on them. Go up these stairs. No, this is the switch. Okay. Okay, well that wasn't too bad of a fall. Oh, this is the gate originally. Okay, over here. Oh, I guess I can put back on the bracelet that lets me see everything. Okay, I guess this was a trap. Let me use the shield. So I got a pickaxe and a bow. Was that the bow I got? No, Witta's bow. A magic bow sculpted with Witta's head adornment. Uses a special type of arrow. Okay, so I have to use the Witta's arrow. Dwarven pickaxe. A tool used forged by the Earthfolk for their miners. Okay. Oh. I don't think I really need that. The two-hand weapon. Don't really need it. Let's just keep using the crystalline blade. Alright. Alright, so that just takes us all the way back. Alright. Guess we should go back to that save place, right? Oh, wait. Wrong way. Ugh. Skeleton. Did I find everything over here? Let's make sure I got everything here. Oh. Let's get him. Oh, see, I didn't get everything. Wait, no, this is just a bone. Hmm. Okay, this is where I got the key, right? Oh, bruh, how did I miss that? Did I get the sword? There's just a sword in the water. How did my dumbass miss that? I must have just been blind. Geronimo. There we go. Alright. Ancient sword. An old sword that emanates unknown powers. Takes forever to swing. Eh. Alright, well, it's a good thing I came back for it. These guys again. Now they hit me with the thingy. Ah! Oops. Look, there's something. Nice. It's a good thing I came back. Alright. Alright, drop down here. Whee! Alright, let's go to that other place. With the water. Go over here. Alright. If I'm gonna fall, you know what? You wear the these things apparently make me take less fall damage, so we'll try that on. Alright, here we go. Whee! Okay, that wasn't that bad of a fall at all. Look at these skeletons. Oh, I leveled up. Why did I lose like all my magic? Or my health, my like oxygen. What is this? Okay. Let's keep exploring the other area. Oh. Okay. This must be like the bottom of the tower, I think. Yep. Okay, so we're at the level 1. First floor. We're at the first floor of the tower. Shit, but I don't have a crystal. Wait, can I go up? Can I just go up the stairs? Right. That's how it works, right? Huh? Huh? No, I guess not. No? Hmm. Alright, that leads me from the water. Or that leads to me to the graveyard. Hmm. Is this the place I was just at? Okay, yeah, it is. Alright, what else is here? Is there anything else in here? Skeletons. Oh, there's a tunnel. Let's go in here. What is this, a crystal? New magic. Um, what was it? Volcanon. I guess it was Volcanon. Okay. Cool. Is there anything else in the water? I need to make a I need to get a guide stone. Which one should I use? I guess the one from the very bottom or the very top floor. I don't need the third floor. Right? go up here. What is that? That you got moves. What? Okay. Ooh. Okay. Treasury. Authorized personnel only. Hey, that sounds like me, right? Oh. Oh. Okay, whatever. Is that a key too? Oh, Zastari's key. Oh, cool. Oh, look! Yo, it's what's his face? I discovered a hoard of treasure chests nearby. Let me show you what I found. Dude, what are you doing here? Crystal armor. Finely crafted armor designed by the Earth folk. You got crystal armor. Oh my god, it's so much money. Dude, that's too much money. I don't have that money. Lines the body using wind magic. Okay. Well, he got clearly the best armor in the game. Homie just casually got the best armor in the game. Okay. I opened some of them, but I didn't find anything that seemed like the treasure Zastari was after. What was it that he was seeking? Damn. Demon Legs 5. Just sell a bunch of stuff, huh? Just sell, sell, sell. Don't need this tower shields. Alright, well, that's cool that you're here. Uh-oh. Bad guys. A lot of bad guys. Damn, I got hands. $10,000 gold. Oh, okay. That's how we're gonna afford it. Oh my god, trap. Bruh. Okay. So some of them have traps, some of them don't. Ooh, secret wall. Okay. What is this? Oh my god, it's the triple fang. It's the iconic triple fang from Lunacid. The sword split into 3 blades. Its origin is unknown. Sure. Yo, it's a White Hawk. Oh. 10,000 gold. Hell yeah. Oops. Oh, it's lava. It's probably a trap, right? Or like, there's probably something I can do to like get rid of it, huh? Money, money. New headpiece just dropped. Alright, Sarek's key. Okay. Sealed. What is this? Hmm. Okay. I like how he's just chilling here. He just got past like these spears. What if you had to go through the spears every time? Alright. What is that sound? What was that? I'm gonna get you, lady. Oh my gosh, she got the moves. No money. Mansion of the Howling Winds. Uh-huh. Oh, a save. Nice. Alright. Okay, we'll make a save here. Level City 2 East. I thought we were in the first floor, technically. Okay. Alright, well. I'm gonna stop playing. Because it's 1 a.m. We'll stop playing for now. Because, again, it's 1 a.m. And you know what? And I think real quick, I'll just run over and do some tomfoolery to get the wands set up correctly. So I'll just do that real quick. I'll go run and get those wands. I'm gonna put it in the right place. The right place. So yeah, that was Kingsfield. We'll probably be back tomorrow. The longest Kingsfield 4 playthrough ever. Oh, I know who we'll raid. Alright, anyway. Peace.